For those of us that are still playing this game, we are mainly waiting for that very next major Red Dead Online update. There are so many problems in the game, and even if there wasn't problems in the game itself is still lacking a lot of content. For those of you that have been playing for a very long time, going all the way back since the Red Dead Online beta, you guys are hitting rank 300, 400, maybe even higher than that. Some of you guys are hitting ridiculous amounts of money and gold, and you have been able to complete everything from the spring update, and then going all the way through to the summer update, and then finally going all the way through to the moonshine update. Now is just your time to prepare for that next update whenever it drops. For those of you that are new to the game, maybe you started at the moonshine update when that was released, as that is when this game hit peak amount of players. Or maybe you are someone new that has started over the last couple of weeks with the Xbox Game Pass getting Red Dead Redemption 2. And even if you are those new players, you are more or less getting to that point of where you are up to a standard where you're getting to rank 100. You've managed to buy into all of the roles and you've managed to get them to rank 20. And now you're hitting the stage of preparing for the next update. But unfortunately, it looks like the update may very well be unofficially delayed. And that is exactly what we're going to be going through in today's video. But before I go into everything, I just want to shout out the Twitch stream. I am streaming every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Over there we are playing some Red Dead Online, and we're also going through the Red Dead Redemption 2 story. If you want the latest news or just want to see some more content from me, then head over to there. There is a link in the description down below. Anyway, getting back to the video, with Red Dead Online we seem to follow an update pattern. And what I mean by that, every 4 months we seem to get a Red Dead Online update. And this goes all the way back to the release of Online. Online was released late November, and depending on which edition of the game you had depends on which day you had. But we didn't have any new content from November going all the way through to December and halfway through January. But once we did hit mid-January, that is when we got our first bit of content, which brought us Gun Rush as a showdown mode, and we had our first announcement of what's to come. 4 months later we had the first major update, and this was the spring update on the 14th of May. This update included new main missions, daily challenges, new showdown series, and information about the next update, as well as some other small things included. Yet again, another 4 months after the spring update, that is when the summer update was released. The summer update was released on the 10th of September, and with this we got the first lot of roles, bringing in the trader, bounty hunter and collector. And as things currently stand, that is the biggest and best update we've had so far. Back then, when we were getting the weekly updates during this period, and we were getting legendary bounties every week, those were the best weekly updates we've ever had. 3 months after this update brings us to December the 13th, and this is when we had the festive update. This was the Christmas update, and this brought us a tier 2 to the trader, which was the moonshine role. So you can see how we were kind of following a 4-month plan. There was nothing we had to wait longer than 4 months for. I should also point out that in the time between the summer update and also the Christmas update, which brought us the moonshine role, we also did get a PC release. So that whole period there was peak conditions for Red Dead Online. That is when we hit the maximum amount of players playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and also playing online. We are now coming towards the end of May going into June, and we haven't had an update since December. So we are now halfway through 2020, hitting that 6-month mark since we've had an update. When we look at title updates for the games, these are updates that bring bug fixes and solves the problems that all players are dealing with. We haven't had a title update for PC, Xbox, PlayStation and Stadia since March the 9th. So we're approaching 3 months since we've had a major title update. Before that, we were getting title updates every other week to fix the animal spawn problem and the camp spawn problem, which still have not been fixed. And there are also a ton of other problems which were never acknowledged by Rockstar, which did come from that December update. There have been 2 other updates after that, on the 2nd of April and the 4th of May, but unfortunately these were only for PCs and they weren't really bug fixes but more about stability. The reason I'm saying all of this is not to actually complain at Rockstar. This is just me highlighting key dates in which things have been happening, and it comes down to a very obvious reason of why things have started to slow down, and that is because we are all going through a pandemic, and in a lot of cases you are probably in a lockdown right now, and it's the exact same thing with Rockstar and their employees. A while ago, Rockstar did tweet out about the situation and how they're going to change from working in a studio to getting employees to work from home. They even said they are confident and they have a robust system in place so that their teams can continue on the work with a very minimal disruption. But in all honesty, I don't feel like Rockstar are immune to what everyone else is going through, and I do believe that that is the reason why we were following a 4-month plan, where we didn't have to wait longer than 4 months to get an update. But because of the lockdown, that has affected Rockstar, and because that has affected the Rockstar employees from making this update, that update has been pushed back. The reason that I say that it's unofficially delayed is because Rockstar never give an official date for a release, so they are kinda secure like that. They normally say a specific season. So last year when we got the spring update on the 14th of May, they did do an announcement for the summer update, and they did say in the summer. That did get a lot of players guessing that as soon as the spring update ended and summer did start, that the first week in summer we were going to get that summer update. That was not the case. Unfortunately, we had to wait until the very last week of summer. But this is to give Rockstar room so that if something does come up, if something does get delayed, they can just push it back further rather than giving a specific date months and months in advance. In other situations, when they are getting close to actually announcing when they're going to release the update, they do start to put "coming soon" at the bottom of the newswire, because that involves people like me and other YouTubers to start to speculate, and that starts to increase some hype within the community. But what Rockstar normally do is when they are getting close to releasing the update and they have finally finished everything that they need to do, they will give a 1 week's notice. And with that information, some could argue that Rockstar haven't been affected by the lockdown and they're just waiting for the release of the update. Nothing has been delayed and everything is going to plan, but just with this case, this update is taking a bit longer because they want to put a lot more work in. So they already knew going into this before a lockdown that they were going to take a lot longer to do the update just so they can pack as much content in it as possible. And that could very well be the case. But I do want to take you all the way back to 2019. The Take-Two Interactive Q3 2019 earnings conference call transcript. This is the last year one of 2019 and not the one that we just had on the 20th of May. In here it talks briefly about NBA sales, talks about GTA Online, talks about Red Dead Redemption 2, all of that stuff and how things are doing absolutely amazing. At the bottom it does open up to people asking questions, and someone does ask about Red Dead Online, and in response they talk about not what's going to happen for the rest of 2019, but in fact how it's going to have enhanced content drops for 2020. So it goes to show that despite what people believe, Rockstar do have a roadmap for Red Dead Online, and even back in 2019 they did believe that they were going to give us more content compared to 2019. But as already established, we are 6 months in, we are halfway through 2020, and we are without an update. So that does mean if we're looking at content per year, 2019 is currently doing better, because it did have initial content in January, which Red Dead Online didn't have for 2020, and they did have the spring update, which was the 14th of May, which hasn't happened so far for 2020. And yet again, I just want to highlight that this isn't me crapping all over Rockstar, saying that they need to bring out an update, because the situation is perfectly understandable, and we have to put Rockstar employees' safety above anything else. But this is just highlighting why the Red Dead Online update for this year has been unofficially delayed, and this is all the evidence that I believe is pointing to it. I have seen some people say that the update will be dropping on the 2nd of June, because in-game on the 1st of June, under the benefits tab, the offers and rewards end on that date. So that's got players believing that because it ends on a Monday, that the following day is going to be the update release. And yet again, that could very well be the case, but I do just want to take you all the way back to the point of when I said Rockstar normally give a 1 week's notice. And because the 2nd of June is literally just around the corner, less than 1 week away, it lets me believe that maybe that might not be the case anymore. But that's not to say that when the 2nd of June arrives that it can't be announced. The truth is, no one really knows at this point when we're going to get the next update. It could be next week, it could be next month, or it could even be in the summer, maybe even later than that. The situation that we are currently in is unknown territory. No game company in the world could have predicted that we would have been in a pandemic. And even though the game is definitely going through something with a hell of a lot of bugs, and as said at the beginning, even if there wasn't the bugs, we are still lacking a lot of content within the game, there is not much that can be done. There are moments when even I start to think Rockstar should have fixed the bugs back in January. They must have known that they were there because everyone under the sun was complaining about them. But yet again, that is in the past, that can't be changed unfortunately. The situation stands where we have to be patient for the next update. And if you are finding yourself constantly hoping for the update to drop every Tuesday, and only to be disappointed when Rockstar drop a normal weekly newswire, which only really involves a few discounts and benefits here and there, which mainly only benefit the new players, and you are a hardcore player, then not to sound condescending, but maybe it's just a good time to take a break. It's quite clear that you're not enjoying the game. You could be playing other games where you're getting a lot more excitement out of it, instead of spending a game that, let's be honest, is completely filled with bugs. But anyway guys, I have now laid out all of the facts, everything to do with the last couple of years of Red Dead, the update cycle that we've gone through for all the previous updates, and how it could be pointing to an unofficial delay. This is just me showing you all the facts. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm also curious, when do you think that next update will be dropping? Do you think it will be released in June? Or do you think the update will be pushed back indefinitely? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as just a last quick reminder, if you do want to see any more Red Dead Online content from me, maybe even talk about this situation even further, even more in depth, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you directly over to Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.